Yes, I was told by 211 that you guys were supposed to have sent a letter. I never got it, so I don't know what the requirements are.
Okay, so more than likely it was a letter regarding your participation for a receipt orientation. So let's see. Um, it is a virtual. It's not anything that you do in person. You can do it directly from your phone. The next orientation day is March the 4th.
Okay.
And then what we'll do is we'll send you a text with the link to register, and then you'll get a confirmation email. Are you available to participate on the 4th of March?
What day of the week is that?
That's Monday. It's from 10 to 11.
Yes.
Okay. What's your cell phone number?
Can you didn't look up my information to see what was going on with my benefits?
No, ma'am. This is not the commission. We're Workforce Solutions.
Okay, this is
So
the
the
second
commission
location
has,
I
yeah.
call. What would be the number that I would need to get the information on why nothing was mailed out to
Yeah,
me from you guys?
it's 817-20-1605.
Okay.
Mhm. So you would just register for the next upcoming day, which is March 4th. And again, it is virtual. You'll get a confirmation email, and that confirmation email will be used to access the orientation the day of, okay?
Okay.
All right. Other than that, there's to
Oh,
do.
you didn't get my email to send it to me?
No, ma'am, I sent it to you in a text.
Can I please have your social security number?
Did you guys were you guys supposed to send out a letter for me to do job searches?
A letter to do work searches?
Yes.
Okay. So for what I'm able to go ahead and see here, I don't see that you have an active claim, Ms. Clark.
I don't know what you're speaking of. What do you mean I don't have an active claim?
Okay. So did you apply for benefits?
I did.
Okay. When did you apply for benefits?
In November.
In November of 2023?
Right.
Okay. Because we don't have anything on file here that you applied for benefits.
Okay, well I've experienced this years. Do you see in the past where they had the that I what do you call it when you don't do the job search sanctions? And they never sent me job searches. I didn't know that I needed to do anything, and then they sanctioned me and kept me from getting food stamps. And I told them that I didn't get the mail, and they would not correct the issue. And this has been going on years. So then they told me that I was sanctioned in my application process. Do you see that? And I said, if I don't have food stamps, how in the world can you sanction me? I wasn't approved for them.
Okay. Okay, but let me just mention the following. We don't have anything to do with the food stamps to begin with. The only thing we do, Ms. Clark, is regarding about unemployment benefits, regarding about when you're no longer working for whatever reason it may be, and you apply for those benefits.
I was told to call the Texas workforce to see when I have to do my job searches, or I was sanctioned because I didn't do job searches. That's what I was informed.
Okay. Well, there's not an active claim. So
well, this has happened before, but I still weren't able to get the food stamps. So I've just been going back and forth years. So do you see where I was sanctioned in the past?
No.
So how far back will your records go? What was your name?
First name's Christian. There's no records that we could go back to because there's no claims that we have on file.
Okay, well, I was definitely told that I was sanctioned. I believe it was 2021 because I didn't do job searches and and I had a job. And when you have a job, you're not required to do job searches. So it ended, and I kept playing. I kept calling and calling, was getting a runaround, and issue was never corrected. Then in 2018, there was a situation too where it was another sanction and I was in jail on false charges.
Okay, but that's not something that we have here on record. Anything to do with unemployment for none of those years that you're mentioning, Ms. Clark.
Where would I go to get this rectified? Because I've had to endure this years with no ability to report crimes going on to keep me from benefits. It's been impossible.
Okay. The only thing that you could actually go ahead and actually find out regarding that, it will be or the Department of Labor.
Okay, let me make sure I
Um,
understand. Let me make sure I have clarity. So I'm telling you that I was told that the Texas workforce sanctioned me and for the food stamps for not doing job searches. And then another time they required the job searches, I had a job. So it was no need for me to do job searches with a job. I have also told you that when I was in jail on false charges, I was impossible for me to do job searches in jail on false charges, but nothing was ever done. So all of these games kept me from getting benefits, and then I had benefits, and those came up missing, and no one would investigate it. But where would I go to report? How am I going to do the job searches? Because it's been impossible. Because each time I call in to try to do what they're requiring me to do, you guys don't assist with it.
well, is that we don't have any record here of any type of claim being established before.
Okay,
There's nothing on file that we have here for that.
So do you have an employee ID?
No.
You have no employee ID. Do you have an extension?
No.
What is your name?
If first name's Christian, if the food stamps needs information regarding about an individual itself, they have instructions for how they could get in contact with us if they want to find out information about the individual.
I don't think we have the right communication. I'm informing you that they're requiring job searches with the Texas workforce, and it's been impossible for me to do it because I keep getting the runaround. You guys tell me that you're not requiring the job searches, and then I had a job search when I had a job, so that was impossible. If I didn't need to look for a job if I already had one, but it still stopped my benefits. I'm sorry.
I understand that. I understand what you're saying.
Well, if each time I call in, it's impossible for me to do the job searches, sir. How am I going to do them?
Okay, well, there's no work searches that we're asking you for. Like I said before in several occasions, there's not a claim record.
Okay, well, Health and Human Services is telling me that they require job searches that I didn't do, and I never got any information, and this has been going on years. So I'll go ahead and call them and let them know that you said you don't have any requirement for me to do work searches. Is that correct?
Yeah, you can let them know that there's no records here of any type of claim.
Okay, and your name is Christensen?
My first name's Christian.
Christian. Okay, I'm sorry. So there's no record of you guys requiring job search for SNAP benefits?
No.
Okay, I'll let them know. I've been getting them run around like this for years. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Commission. My name is Nancy. May I please verify your first and last name, including any hyphenated names that you might have?
Yes, I have no clue on what to do regarding the food stamps. It says that they'll end February 28th, and it says something about that. I was told that I was sanctioned, and I just called the Texas workforce, and they said that they don't require any work search for me. I've had this problem years. It's happened also in the past. I believe it was 2021. They required a work search when I had a job, and I called back and forth to Health and Human Services and workforce, back and forth trying to explain that I had a job, so there was no need for job searches, and I never got the benefits. They would never rectify the problem.
Okay, and you currently have a job now?
No, I would like to do the work searches, but Texas workforce said that they did not send out a request for me to do work searches. You guys said that I was sanctioned because workforce sent something, and I just called workforce and they said they didn't. And I've had, like I said, had this experience years, which kept me from services.
Okay. All right. Let me do some research on your account. I'm going to put you on a brief hold, but I'll be right back with you to let you know my findings, okay?
Okay, thank you.
To you, let's see. This is way back in 2023.
Yes,
so
they.
Did you? Yeah.
So what happened was I was in the application process and hadn't received the food stamps yet, so it was impossible for me to do a job search. So they used that to keep me from benefits. They required a job search prior to me getting food stamps, which is a protocol. And I didn't even have the food stamps yet or received the letter. I posted to a YouTube channel because this has been going on years, the date I got the mail. And they sent me mail after they said that they sent the job search. They did not send me the job search at all.
Okay, so that was back in 12/23. You submitted a new application, right? Or see, I see the last application we received from you for SNAP benefits was back in on 11/8. Is that right?
Yes. So I did another one.
Okay. So when did you do the other one?
That was December 8th. I'm sorry, November 8th. And then they told me
November
that
8th.
they didn't sanction me for not doing the job searches. I was never sent a job search, and I called Texas Workforce, and they said that they didn't require me to do a work search.
Okay. So, because I'm looking here for benefit issuance. So on 12, I do see the 2/13/2024. You had accessibility for your SNAP benefits on your card.
I'm sorry.
Of 2/8.
One.
2/13/2024.
So I don't know how to resolve the issue because they made me do a job search when I didn't have food stamps, which is impossible. And nothing has been done. I've been on the phone hours trying to get this resolved, and I don't know what to do. So then they said that I never got sent the job search. Period.
I don't see where they sanctioned you anywhere.
Okay. Well, you're saying
Yeah.
I never received a job
I
search.
see here. Okay, so on the 12/28/23, I do see. 12/8/2023, I do see that who gets SNAP benefits, and then it does state that you must comply with the employment and training to get your benefits. To receive benefits, you have to at least work. It looks like 30 hours a week, or earning at least $217.50 per week. Okay, so that's what it's saying, that you must comply with this. But you don't have a job now, right?
No, and it's not telling me. It didn't give me any information to comply with. So how am I going
What do you
to?
mean it didn't? What do you mean it didn't give you information to comply with?
Okay, what is the job searches? I didn't get information on the work searches and all of that.
Okay, so with this letter, it did, explain here. It said you must follow the SNAP work rules listed in this notice, and it talks about basic work rules, SNAP employment and training program rules, and time limit rules. And below, they sent SNAP work rules that explains everything on what needs to be done and how to do it. Is that what you're talking about?
When was that sent?
This was sent on 12/8/2023, and then it looks
No, I
like
didn't get
they
that.
resent it to you.
I don't know. The only thing that I got, ma'am, the only thing I got was February 8th. February 20th. I didn't get anything from December. I didn't get the caseworker never called me. I never got on. And then
it looks like this form was resent to you on 2/14 of this month. Let me check the address. Let me check the address that it went to.
I've been having this problem. I've been having this problem a long time. I'd also like to go back and get clarity on 2018. In 2018.
I don't have records back to 2018.
Well, how far do you have the records?
To 2023.
Okay, 2023. They told me that you kept the records like 6 or 7 years. Now you only keep it 1 year?
Probably. No, I'm as far as my access to it, that's all I have. you probably the HHSC probably does have
Well, I tried to get on the fraud line because
benefits.
I think some crimes are being committed to keep me from food stamps. And I've also had problems with Attorney General child support payments as well as Social Security. So I'm trying to incriminate people that have taken bribes or whatever they've done to keep me from getting benefits. And you guys really make it very difficult for me to try to get clarity on what happened to the almost $1,000 worth of food stamps that no one investigated when it came up missing when I was in a crisis. And then in 2021, all the people around me were getting food stamps in this sober living environment I was forced to live at with no drug addiction. And I wasn't able to get the benefits, and I had a job. And they required me to do job searches when I already had a job and was meeting the criteria that was needed for me to get the benefits. But no one would ever help me, so I never got the benefits again. So since I haven't had any communication with a caseworker, I don't know what is required of me to get the benefits because I don't get my mail properly. None of I.
As far as the mail, that you would have to take that up with your.
Oh no, I'm just
mail.
saying. I just would like to know the requirements because I don't get my mail properly. What is needed? So when I do these work searches, I'll still get the benefits.
Okay, so I'm just not understanding. What is it that you need from me right now?
If I'm doing work searches, will I still get the food stamps?
If you're doing work searches,
Right.
yes, as long as the AOG is reporting to us that you are complying, absolutely.
Okay, because like I said, I haven't really received my mail. Like when you guys tried to sanction me before I even got the food stamps. You get sanctioned after you get the food stamps, right?
Yes, after you get it. If you don't comply with the rules of the work rules to get your food stamps, yes.
Did you see where I was sanctioned before I got food stamps? In October?
I don't. No.
It disappeared.
No.
So you don't see
October
any
what?
sanction. I thought you said that you saw sanction.
Hold it. Okay, hold it. Okay, okay. Sanction. I need a date. I need specific in order to look at it up. So when are you saying that you got sanctioned?
They were telling me I was sanctioned.
On your case.
I think it was in October before I got the benefits.
October, is that 2023?
Yes.
Okay, hold for me just for a moment and let me look that up for you to see if I have something. You were here sanctioned. I also see where you did call in to report fraud, and you were transferred to the OIG.
They wouldn't do anything. They covered for it because I think my abuser is the reason why I didn't get the food stamps. I also didn't get money in my account. $2,000 I had in my account around the same times you guys would not give me the food stamps. And I wanted them to do investigation as well as the police department, and it was denied.
Okay, so what do you need from us right now? Because you've done all of this.
I thought, ma'am, I'm very confused. This is Health and Human Services, and I told you an abuser kept me from getting food stamps, which is criminal. And you guys have not taken the reports and given me any avenue to report criminal activity. You send people to jail for stealing food stamps. But for years, you guys didn't care about me reporting almost $1,000 worth of food stamps stolen by someone who probably did something to hack your system and did it electronically. You just, everywhere I call, they're covering for that charge. I don't know why you won't do anything regarding a man, powerful man, hacking your network and robbing someone of $1,000 worth of food stamps.
Okay, well, as far as anyone hacking the network, I don't know if there's anything.
You won't investigate it, ma'am, to find out. I think that money to come, me not being able to get $2,000 in my account, and then the crime going on with the food stamps is a red flag that something is amiss. Because if there was $1,000, if you're reporting fraud of $1,000 worth of food stamps, you give that party the money back, and then they investigate who took it. You wouldn't do that with me. And I never got the $1,000. And then they changed it later on, saying it was abated off the card or expunged off the card because I didn't use it, which was a blatant lie. It was never on the card. And they wouldn't give me any documentation of showing how much was abated. But they did give me documentation showing that someone spent it, and I was in jail on false charges, and it couldn't have been me. I'm just trying to get enough evidence that something needs to be done, ma'am. So, or what do I do if someone stole food stamps, almost $1,000? I can't report it to you guys or the police. What am I supposed to do?
We sent you to the OIG. That's what you're supposed to do.
They covered for it, ma'am. They said that they couldn't do anything about it to go to the police department.
All right.
And you guys won't give me records of it.
Records of what now?
I'm sorry?
Of someone stealing? We don't have records of someone stealing anything.
I just don't understand, ma'am, that people have been able to report that they have been defrauded out of food stamps, and then you guys put them in jail. But I have been reporting years that someone stole my food stamps and nothing has been done, and I've been punished and kept from the food stamps. So I don't know, calling Health and Human Services on what to do, because you guys keep covering for it. Why didn't you put him in jail like you put everyone else in jail for stealing food stamps?
I do not know if we put people in jail for food stamps. I believe that's the OIG that does that.
Okay, well, I called them and they wouldn't take it, so I don't know what to do. Can you give me the number and I'll call again? Maybe something will be done if I just keep showing evidence of this amount of cover-up and corruption that I have had to endure. What's the number for the OIG?
Okay, if you can hold for me one moment while I get it for you,
okay.
I'll be with you in just a minute.
It takes all that time? I've been on hold it has been almost 10 minutes.
No, I set a timer for 1 minute and 30 seconds is when I come back and to my clients. 1 minute 30. If you want to...
I can go ahead. I'm holding all this time for a phone number? She claims she's just getting a number. 32 minutes.
Report how you want to report a fraudulent claim here is the reason why it's taken me a minute before I give you that information.
I've already went through the process and reported the claim and never got the call returned. 95% of my calls aren't returned. I haven't been able to get law enforcement to be heard regarding that. But I've already reported all of this and nothing has been done. And I even showed to the police department where someone had taken funds from my account. Well, when they took it out of my bank account, they threatened to take me to jail for trying to report it. And then when I tried to show them the food stamps, the police department or Health and Human Services would not investigate it when it was current in 2018. And you guys have kept me from benefits because of that. And I've been going back and forth reporting that the first time I was sanctioned, that I was in jail on false charges and couldn't have done the work search in 2018. In 2021, I had a job, so I I couldn't do job searches when I already had a job. But you cut them off anyway and would not rectify the problem. And then this year, last year in 2023, you required job searches before I got the food stamps, which was impossible. If I don't have the food stamps, then I can't do the job search.
I do have the number for you to call if you would like to write it down.
Okay, what is that number?
It is 1-800-436-6184.
Okay, and this is where I call and report the fraud, the stolen food stamps?
This is the OIG.
I'm not quite certain. Is this where I report the stolen food stamps?
Yes, Office of the Inspector General Fraud Hotline. Yes.
I've already called this and they covered for it, ma'am. Call again? Because I already called and I've been reporting this years. Can you give me is it possible to get documentation on where the funds went?
Documentation where the funds went, as far as your case, it would be submitted in your account.
For 2018? For 2018, they wouldn't give me documentation that it was supposedly expunged. Is it possible to get that documentation?
I don't have that documentation on me. Like I said, I only have information going back to 2023.
Okay, so would the fraud department have it?
Would the fraud department have it?
Yes.
They would investigate it.
Okay, well they denied me investigation. Yeah. They've been covering up for it years, so I'll try again.
All right.
Thank you.
I hope I answered all your questions. Yeah, thank you for calling HHSC.